There are 5 of us. It's supposed to be 8, I believe. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Wright is still on the way. Miss Ais and Miss Haya. Okay, so a little bit of introduction, yes. So my name is Nina Setiawati, and then currently I'm becoming an IELTS tutor and some of the conversation class as well as the French teacher. Yeah. So far that I have been teaching quite long time. Yeah, around 27 years. Yeah, since I was in university and then work for several international companies as well. Yeah, but now I'm focusing myself in preparing all the students to prepare for their IELTS and to pursue study in or abroad. Yeah, I have 3 children, 3 sons actually. One of them already in university, and then the second one still in high school. The youngest one is still in grade 5 elementary school at the moment. Yeah. So yes, I was a civil servant PNS in Ministry of Education before, but then I resigned kind of like 6 years ago. Yeah. But up to now, I'm still holding my relationship with the Ministry of Education since I was working with them quite long time in taking care of the teachers training. Yeah, in my office, the job is to train teacher all over Indonesia for 8 foreign languages, and I was having responsibility to lead them for French and English until I resigned. Yeah. Okay, that would be it for my introduction. I would like also to hear each one of you to represent yourself, yeah, because we are going to do the IELTS. And then one of the IELTS requirement is actually the skill of speaking. Yeah, I sent already in our WhatsApp group that part of the speaking IELTS is introducing ourselves. Yeah, so I give a brief guidance. Yeah, for you to explain about yourself, and any other than that, feel free to add the situation. Yeah. So who would like to go first? Probably, Mr. Iwan. Mr. Iwan, would you mind introducing yourself, sir, in any way that you like it? It doesn't have to follow my pattern anyway.
Oke, Miss Nina.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank
wabarakatuh.
you for the time give me to introduce myself. My name is Iwan Fauzi. Actually, I am work in my private company. I own with my friend built a company that I run until this day. But this company is still young.
For
So
what sector,
uh,
sir? For what sector? The company?
in laboratory and construction.
I see. Yeah.
Okay, I have four daughter, and the eldest one is graduation from USU in Medan, and the second one still, second and the third still going learning in the university, and the youngest one is still in senior high school in Jakarta. You can call me Iwan, but prefer Iwan because my friend and my colleague always call me Iwan. But sometimes my friends call me Fauzi. But maybe
But
they did not
preferable Mr. Iwan
me
ya.
Iwan. Okay. My hometown is Medan, and actually I'm not in English language background. I'm architect from Institut Teknologi Bandung. I was graduate in 1995, but I love to learn something, especially language. So I have finished my English course in Bandung, but maybe need a little time to rehearse again because there is a long time ago. And I have learned Arabic too, but in not good as my English. Still learning until now, and I have finished in Arabic course not long ago in 19 2000 2018,
2000.
and
Hmm.
my hobby my hobbies is learning and reading
Okay.
because that's my talent.
Thank you so
and
much.
collecting something, what especially book. Okay,
Where do
okay,
you
that's
live currently, Mr. Iwan?
pardon me.
Where do you live currently?
Ah, I live in Jati Sampurna ya, Keranggan.
Renggan.
Jati Sampurna. Almost 20 years in there.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Iwan. And you have four children, that mean, yeah, sir? Four children that you have.
Daughters.
Yes, all of them daughters. Four.
Daughters.
Four or three? You are so lucky. I have three and all son. Okay, thank you, Mr. Iwan. And then we should continue to our
Okay.
next participant.
Okay, thank
Yes, let's
you.
get to know each other. Miss Amanda, would you like
Okay.
to be the second
Okay.
one, Miss? Yes, thank you, Mr. Iwan.
Thank you, Miss Nina.
Okay, Miss. Thank you for giving me time. And hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Amanda Taskia Fatima Putri, and you can call me Amanda. Currently, I am an internship in startup company in Jakarta, and I was graduate from 11 Maret University in Surakarta, major in accounting. I have a little family, but I think not little, consists of 7 people, and
That's
they
a
live
big family.
with me.
Ada
But
quite big family, seven.
sorry, Miss?
Quite big
Sorry,
family
Miss.
if it is 7. Big family
Yeah.
if it is 7. Okay.
And my hometown is in Bogor. I live currently is in Bogor too. It maybe it have some skyscraper buildings, but not too much like in Jakarta. And apa ya? The weather in Bogor is so fresh, I think, and traditional food in Bogor is soto mie Bogor, and I so love it. Terus my hobbies are traveling, photography, and watching some tournament of badminton.
I see. Quite sporty. Thank you, Miss Amanda. And you were graduated from Surakarta,
Yeah, 11 Maret University, Miss.
11 Maret.
UNS.
UNS ya, UNS. Okay. And then you just came back from work, from the internship? Did you go to office today or
Yeah.
yes? Okay.
Not. I just go to office in Monday. Yes.
Oh, only on Monday. Okay, that means internship from home, yeah. Some of it, some of the days.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Amanda. And then Miss Amanda choose who you would like the person to explain after you to introduce him or herself. I let you,
Okay. Miss Aza.
Miss Aza. Do we have Miss Aza in here? I'm not quite know.
Thank you for the giving time. I would like to introduce myself. My full name is Aza Fatina Haya and nickname is Haya. Currently, I am pursuing my study in senior high school, major in science. I have little family consists of my mother and my 2 siblings. They live with me. My hometown is in Depok. It don't have at all many skyscraper buildings. The transportation is quite busy. The weather in Depok is very hot. Traditional food of my hometown is maybe pancong, and special event in my hometown is star fruit event, and my hobbies are watching movies. That's all, miss.
Okay, Miss Aza, your hometown is Depok, but
Yeah.
it's not Malang ya, Miss ya. That you are living now in
No.
Depok. You were born in Depok ya.
Yeah.
I see.
I
Okay.
was born in Bogor.
You were born in Bogor. Oh, okay. But then it's been
Yes.
quite long time, yeah. You live in Depok, so it's considered as your hometown.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Aza. We will get to know each other further later on, yeah.
Yes.
Miss Aza, who you are going to choose to represent herself or himself? It's gonna be there are Miss Velia, Miss Saraswati.
Anna
Okay, Miss Anne.
Iwan Fauzi.
Already, Mr. Iwan, the second one.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Anna.
Iza. Thank you, Visna, for the. Let me introduce myself. My name is Anna Nurfitri. Actually, I usually call as Anna. Now I'm a college student at State University of Jakarta.
UNJ ya, Miss ya.
And my major is correct. My major is sociology education. Now I'm 6th semester student, and I'm a freelance work worker in English Global Institute. Actually, I working with Miss Nina and Miss Velia also. And my home near with Miss Nina homes. So we usually meet 2 times a week. Yeah, Miss.
In office, yeah, Miss.
In-
So why do you want to
Yeah,
study IELTS anyway?
yeah, Miss.
Why do you want to study IELTS? For what purpose?
Um, yeah, I have a goals in 2024, 2025. Of course, next year I'll have a goals to apply scholarship, tepatnya LPDP, Miss.
For the LPDP, any specific countries that you are aiming or specific university? Ada
I
target
want to go to Birmingham at
Birmingham, in UK ya?
Yeah.
Birmingham,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, hopefully that all of you can get whatever you destined to get, yeah. We are trying to provide you with one of the requirement, yeah. IELTS is just one of the requirement,
Thank you.
yes, to get into whatever you are wish to get, yeah. Any other than that, we let it to Allah to decide, okay. So the next one, Miss Anna, who you would like to choose to introduce?
Miss Velia.
There you go, Miss Velia. Introduce yourself, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anna. Thank you for the given time. So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Velia Radivasanya, but most of my friends call me Velia. Currently, I'm a worker is in one of institution in Bekasi, and I have a little family consist of my mother, my father, two little brothers, and one little sister. And my hometown is in Bekasi as well because I'm originally born in Bekasi. So in Bekasi, I would say it's like Jakarta. They have also skyscraper building, but it's not many like Jakarta. And for the traditional food, I could say dodol. Dodol is one of traditional food in Bekasi. The taste it's so sweet and sticky. It's like maybe like what is called topoki. And then for for the special event in my hometown, I could say like a Betawi festival. Sometimes they have the event when they celebrate Betawi Day. And I I love traveling and cooking. So in my free time, yeah, I spend a lot of my time to travel and cook. Okay, I think it's enough for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss
All.
Velia. Yeah, that is great. And then any specific target to pursue your study in the recent time, Miss Velia?
Come again, Miss?
Is there any target in the recent time that you are going to pursue or continue your higher degree?
Yeah, I will take a scholarship. Uh, I will take in Australia, inshallah next year. So that's why I have to prepare all of them. Start from now.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Then it's gonna be each one of your motivation, yeah, to prepare well, yeah. I'm just going to facilitate only, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Celia. And then who would you like to choose?
I will choose Aisyah.
Okay, Miss Aisyah. Miss Aisyah, would you mind introducing yourself, Miss?
Okay, thank you for the given time. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Aisyah Zara Putriasa, and everyone called me Azza or Aisyah. Currently, I'm pursuing my study in Mandua, Malang, major in uh, science. I have a little family consists of my mom only, and they live with me. My hometown is in Malang. It I think it don't have at all many skyscraper buildings, but there's some. It's much different the situation. No, it's the accommodation. I don't have any dorm. I think I live here. The transportation is quite much. I mean, there's traffic everywhere. The weather or pollution is nice. Maybe in my area there's some truck and buses around, so it's kind of bad. Traditional food of my hometown is bakso. Bakso is everywhere here, and so many of them is good, really good. Special event in my hometown, I don't think there's any like specials, because even in my hometown is actually quite much like there's any blah, every town is celebrating this like Lebaran or Idul Adha, like that. So there's nothing special, I think. And my hobbies are editing and playing games. So I spend my time by editing or playing games like that. Games.
Interesting. What kind of editing, Miss? Is it multimedia? What kind of editing?
Like photo, like posters or like something like that in Canva.
Ah, I see. So that's including also kind of like making logo and something like that?
Yeah, something like that, but not much as logo, because logo is I have to make it by myself, but I can't make something like that. I just put some PNGs or something like text like that.
And then edit them.
I can't make a logo because it's kind of hard. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss. How should we call you? Miss Aisyah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Hopefully that everything that you learn from our classes will be beneficial for your future, yeah, Miss Ais. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Miss Ais.
Yeah, thank you. Ian.
And for our last participant will be Mr. Respati. Yeah, Mr. Respati, would you mind introducing yourself, sir? It doesn't have to follow the one that I gave in the group. It will be up to you.
Pardon me, Miss, and all. Please allow me to be the listener in this class because I haven't studied English for a long time. Right now, I forgot a lot of vocabularies and kind of having so much difficulties to make even simple sentences. Maybe it will take me quite a long time to regain proficiency in my English. Thank you for your attention and consideration.
No problem, Mr. Repati. We are all learning in here, yeah. So still that you have to introduce yourself a little bit, sir. Yeah. Would you mind that your English is quite good? We can just hear and then understand whatever you said before. Yeah. A little bit of introduction, so the people in here will know a little bit about you. Yeah. Okay, later probably, yeah. Well, thank you everyone for introducing yourself and then making us to get to know each other, and then later on usually the class will become just like family, yeah. Anyway, what we are going to learn is about the global knowledge, yeah, how to prepare you to be aware and then understand the situation of the world, as well as trying to take the responsibility in writing expression, yeah. This is about the written expression, about the speaking, about understanding culture, something that you will learn through the IELTS course. Okay, I would like to start our session first by a little bit giving explanation, yeah, for later on your consideration whether when you are going to take the IELTS test or what IELTS will be beneficial for you, yeah. Along the process, I will also giving a little bit of kind of like a hint, yeah, how you are going to get the best score that along the process you are getting to have a bit up in the score of IELTS band, yeah. So the first one that you have to know that the IELTS test will be conducted in only 4 places, yeah, in Indonesia. This is for Indonesia, yeah. ETS, British Council, IDP, and then the latest one that UI now also has the certification to conduct the IELTS test in LPB UI. This is situated in the Faculty of Humaniora, yeah, FEB we call it. Okay, so IELTS itself, it has 6 level of category, yeah, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. If you are aiming for scholarship, yeah, or if you wanted to get student visa or living abroad, minimum that they want you to prove yourself that you have B2 certification in IELTS. B2, if it is about the measurement, itu that's in between 5.5 until 6.5. Yeah. Okay. IELTS itself, yeah, it has two kind of choices, yeah. IELTS for general training. This is for staying or living abroad, and then for getting a job. Yeah. The second IELTS is IELTS for academic training. That is if you want to pursue your study abroad or for getting scholarship. So they make differences. One is for working and then one is for education, like that. So later on when you are taking the test, pay attention to the choices that you make, yeah. Don't let you choose the wrong one, yeah, because each one of the score, yeah, will have a different intention. Okay, that is about the IELTS. And then IELTS itself, it has variant kind of theme, yeah, which that I already mentioned previously that it's gonna be related to the global knowledge, yeah, related to places, even family all over the world, and then about academy. So there are nothing that we can make sure that we will get this topic even it is for speaking or writing, yeah. So barely that along the process of some of you taking 1 year program, yeah, some of you taking the short program, but anyway, the test is going to be variant topics and then we just prepare for it, yeah. About itself, about IELTS itself, yeah, it has 4 sessions of test, which the total duration of test until 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's gonna be listening. Listening, you will have in between 40 until 60 minutes. Yeah, you will hear. You will get 40 questions from the listening that you heard, and then after that, continue directly to the reading session. Reading session also gonna be 60 minutes. It will be included 3 section tasks. There will be 3 passages. and then each one of the passages will have around in between 12 until 15 questions. The total of the questions will be 40 questions, yeah, with the duration of 60 minutes. And then after that, you have a break a little bit, but that is probably only for going to toilet and then come back again or not even going anywhere, yeah. And then continue with the writing session. Writing session, the total will be 60 minutes. It will be divided into two section tasks. Writing task 1, it's going to be 20 minutes. And then writing task 2, it will be 40 minutes, like that. The speaking, I make it in different color because actually it's a choice, yeah. The three skills, they are going to be conducted all together. But for the speaking, that it is separated, yeah. You can choose when you are registering, yeah, there will be question asked whether you wanted to have morning session or afternoon session. If the morning session, you will have it at 9 a.m. If the afternoon session, you will have it at around 3 p.m. Yeah, but I always suggest to all of my students to take the morning one because it's gonna be really tired after 3 hours of test, yeah, for the listening, reading, and writing. And then you have to kind of like do again another test that have the gap around 2 or 3 hours, yeah. So usually if you take the speaking in the afternoon, it's not gonna be good score. Your evaluator already become tired, yeah, the examiner, yeah, the one that testing you. You also already too exhausted in doing the three other skill. So I suggest always take the morning session, the 9 o'clock for the speaking. Yeah. Okay, let's get into what type of question will be given in the reading. Yeah. For the reading part, yeah, there will be three passages that are given to you. And then to each one of it, you will have questions, fill in the blank, yeah, like usual, yeah, like you already have it in elementary school, middle school, high school, yeah. Fill in the blank. And then after that is the right, wrong, or not stated or not given. This is a little bit different, yeah, because right, wrong, it is like true, false, and not given, yeah. This is the type of the sample of the questions, yeah. As you see in here, there is text, and then from the text there are 8 questions in here that you have to answer it true, false, or not given. Not given means that it is not stated in the passage, yeah, even though you know it, and then it's not gonna be true or false the answer. But even you know in your basic knowledge or because you work in that certain area and then you know about the information, as long as it is not stated implicit or explicitly, then you have to answer not given. Okay. Any other than that, if I continue that about speaking, then yeah, about speaking, there will be like before you introduce yourself, that actually the speaking IELTS task 1, yeah. After the speaking IELTS task 1, continue with the speaking IELTS task 2, that you are giving one topic and then you have to speak by yourself about 1.5 minutes regarding the topic. And then the last one, entering the speaking IELTS task 3, your evaluator will ask you questions, yeah. Your evaluator will be the foreigner, yeah. The foreigner that will test you regarding the given topic. So above all, yeah, the total of the questions and then the total of the period of test, it's gonna be about 7 hours in total. Yeah. So it's gonna be needing your strength, yeah, your patience, and then your calmness and your habit. The habit is the one that we are going to create in our classes, yeah. So you don't have to worry about how you are going to talk, yeah, because that what you are going to study all over our period, yeah. So this is the sample of speaking IELTS task 1. task 2. Task 1 in self-introduction ya. Task 2 is the simple questions like this. Describe the type of clothes you prefer to wear ya. Nanti udah ada pointernya di bawah nih. What the clothes looks like, when you prefer to wear them, and where you like to buy them, and explain why you like wearing these clothes. Nah, ini ada 4 pointers. 4 pointers ini harus semua dijawab ya. So you get this cue card. After that, they give you 1 minute preparation to talk. After that, you speak about 1 or 2 minutes, 1.5 until 2 minutes. Topiknya tentang ini, jadi follow the pattern. Follow the one that they ask you. Just like that ya. The question will be daily questions ya. What type of clothes? Who are the people that you love the most? And then who is the most favorable actress that you know? Or any other typical questions that is daily questions ya. The tips only, do not forget to answer them all ya, because each one of them consider 25%, 25%, 25%, and then the last one as well, 25%. So if you miss the fourth questions, and then your evaluators say your time is up, and then what the score that you get is only 75%. Like that, yeah. They are going to check upon your grammar, upon your vocabulary, and any other thing that related to English mastery in speaking. Yeah. So there are lots of topic, like this is talking about website and many kind of topic that describe about the restaurant. Yeah, simple things, right? And each one of them always has the pointers. Yeah. That would be it for the speaking IELTS. For the reading, we can see as well, yeah. There are questions that related to almost the same with Indonesian kind of test, yeah, for the English. And also almost the same with the one that if you wanted to enter university, ya. Jadi kalau mau masuk university itu sekarang tesnya itu cuma 3 ya. Semuanya tentang literasi, about literature. Math literature, jadi memahami matematika dasar. Cuma 3 jenis tesnya ya untuk PTN. And then the second one is about bahasa Indonesia literature, jadi tentang kemampuan memahami teks bacaan bahasa Indonesia. The third one is English literature, ya. So how you are going to understand the passages, ya, like this one, and then answer the questions, ya. Jadi sebetulnya kalau mempersiapkan IELTS itu juga mempersiapkan universitas sebetulnya. Kalau dulu kan masuk universitas pakai akademik ya. Kalau sekarang nggak pakai akademik ya. Nggak ada tentang apa IPA atau tentang IPS, any other than that, no ya. They are barely going to give you what they call scholastic test ya. Tes bekas scholastic. Jadi nggak ada lagi yang akademik. Oke. Bukan berarti nggak belajar ya untuk ya, tapi in reality memang ketika masuk university subjek itu nggak diteskan lagi ya sejak tahun kemarin. Oke, now listening, speaking already and then reading already. Now the third proficiency is academic writing ya. Ada 2 tasks. Task 1 itu that you are getting a data and then you explain about the data for 20 minutes, that you have to create it minimum 150 words. Jadi requirement pertamanya itu harus sesuai sama minimal jumlah kosakata yang diharuskan ya, 150 words. Data yang dikasih itu bisa berupa pie chart, bar chart, line chart, atau map. Map itu apa? What is map? Peta ya, peta of a place that you have to describe. Atau pilihannya you can get diagram gitu. Jadi dari 6 type in writing task 1 itu kita nggak pernah tahu kita bisa dapetnya yang mana nanti ketika official test. Itu semua di random test dengan mesin. Otomatis kita harus mempelajari 6 type ini gitu supaya bisa nulis dalam tempo 20 menit ya, mendapatkan minimum 150 words. Gitu. And then directly continue the writing task too. It's about academic writing. Nanti ada topik yang dikasih ya. Actually there are 4 types. About agree disagree, about persetujuan tentang suatu isu, advantage disadvantage type itu tentang ada suatu kondisi, advantage-nya apa, disadvantage-nya apa, gitu. Terus yang ketiga ada problem solving, ya problem solving type itu kalau ada situasi seperti ini, masalah seperti ini, bagaimana menyelesaikan permasalahannya. Itu tipe ketiga. The fourth type is discussion and opinion. Nah, kalau di discussion and opinion ini, masing-masing masing-masing point of view itu harus dijelaskan oleh kita selama periode 40 menit. Seperti itu. Balik lagi, ini 6 kind of writing task 1 ya. Map, diagram, table, pie chart, line graph, bar graph. We never know which one that we will get, okay, during the period of official test. Yeah, so that means we just have to prepare how to deal with them. Yeah, this is a sample. Yeah, for example, that you get this picture, pie chart, or this picture like bar graph. Yeah, line chart. You are going to introduce the data, tapi nanti nggak harus semuanya actually ya. There are certain tips that how we have only 20 minutes kan. Nah, nggak mungkin kita bisa jelasin all the thing in here. Nah, itu nanti ada tips-tipsnya supaya dalam 20 menit itu yang mereka mau itu bisa kita tulis. Ya. So for type, ini fifth type-nya ya. Jadi there is map. There are 2 maps, yeah. One from year 2000, one from today, yeah. So you are going to explain the significant changes that happen, yeah, in between the situation. Okay, this is the last task in writing task 1. It's about diagram. So you get a kind of like process, yeah. This one is the process of, what is it, yeah? Not exactly what kind of process this one, but finally it has the ID stamping on the thing. Looks like making cutter, yeah, making cutter, and then finally it comes to the inspection of the quality, I believe like that. So in this diagram, in the type of diagram, the last type, you cannot miss a single information. Jadi kalau tadi nih, kalau yang di bar chart itu boleh milih-milih yang dijelaskan apa dalam 150 words yang harus dibuat, kalau di diagram ya, semuanya harus dijelaskan, nggak boleh terlewatkan. Tuh. Jadi ada tips-tipsnya sendiri untuk masing-masing tipe ini, for each type of the writing task 1. Ya. Oke. So any other than that is gonna be explanation, yeah, about how you are going to deal with the writing task 1, how we are going to deal with the writing task 2, ya. But anyway, ini penjelasan awal aja, ya, hanya penjelasan awal gitu. Tapi nanti along the process akan, oh ternyata begini ya, gitu. Ternyata hanya seperti ini dan kemudian latihan-latihan yang memang targetnya itu untuk terus ningkatin skornya. Okay, so we cannot say that we don't do, yeah, in my class because everyone should do what it is asked to do, yeah, if you are joining my class. Because when you are doing things and then you repeatedly doing the same thing and then trying to put your effort in meningkatkan the quality ya, the time by time ya, your score will just change ya. Tapi kalau kita cuma berpikir, cuma hanya mendengar, not doing anything ya, there will be nothing that you can produce ya. So in my class, hands on is a must. Hands on itu jadi kita nanti geraknya pakai WhatsApp ya. Ada questions ya, ada penjelasan dulu, ada sampel ya, dan kemudian nanti baru masuk kepada bagaimana cara menulis. Menulis itu merupakan salah satu hal yang skornya nggak boleh di bawah 6 kalau mau dapetin beasiswa. If you wanted to get the scholarship ya, your reading kan tadi skillnya ada 4 ya. Speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Nah, speaking, listening, and readingnya itu boleh 5, boleh 4 ya untuk dapetin scholarship atau beasiswa. Tapi kalau writingnya nggak boleh di bawah 6 kayak gitu. Jadi itu sebabnya writing adalah bagian yang paling lama yang harus dipelajarin karena apa? Nanti ada kosakatanya yang harus dikasih, ada praktisnya menggunakan dalam grammatical feature ya, supaya grammarnya juga bagus dan kemudian ada susunan-susunan ya yang terdiri dari how we are going to produce 150 words ya in 20 minutes and how we are going to produce 250 words in 40 minutes gitu. Itu kan challenge ya. Everything is counted by the timing actually. So I think about the explanation how we are going to conduct the IELTS test itu cuman gambaran aja buat adik-adik yang masih muda ya, the one that's still young ya, you don't know why you are learning IELTS gitu. Tapi tadi like I explained to you ya, when you are learning IELTS itu secara otomatis you are learning how to prepare to go to the university ya. Because each one of the university itu sekarang ada tes bakat skolastik yang diujikan. Now, 35% dari tes bakat skolastik itulah yang diteskan ya ke kalian, yaitu kemampuan bahasa Inggris. Ya, kemampuan memahami bacaan dan kemudian taking the proper answer dan cepat mengerjakan ya, itu challenge-nya. Jadi kalau IELTS sudah terbiasa, ngadepin tes bakat skolastik juga biasa aja gitu. Itu for the one that aiming to go to bachelor degree ya, S1 ya gitu. Tapi kalau di luar negeri ya memang mau pursue study di luar negeri ya, dengan scholarship juga banyak ya gitu. Ada lebih dari 20 scholarship ya yang bisa diambil kalau sudah punya IELTS score gitu. Jadi nanti mau study di Indonesia atau mau study di luar negeri dengan scholarship atau beasiswa, itu juga kalian sudah punya kesempatannya. Gitu ya. Jadi semoga gitu bagaimana kalian nanti bisa memanfaatkan IELTS ini gitu untuk masing-masing dari tujuan kalian. Selebihnya kita kerjasama, oke? Ya. Dan itu nanti semuanya hands on itu bekerjanya dengan ini ya, dengan WA ya. Jadi di grup WA itu nanti akan ada apa ya, bacaan-bacaan ya, sedikit aja gitu yang karena kan kita only twice a week ya, Monday and Friday gitu. Ada kemungkinan kaliannya letih atau masih ada di perjalanan. Nah, nanti follow up everything-nya itu bisa di grup dan selebihnya kalau mau ngasih tulisannya itu japri kayak gitu. Pakai WhatsApp juga. Oke, nah sekarang kita coba lihat ya. Sampai sini ada yang mau ditanyakan? Ada yang mau ditanyakan kah? Enggak ya? Oke, ini hanya saat-saat seperti ini that I will talk a lot ya, because next time it's gonna be my slide that talks to you ya. Jadi nggak terlalu banyak lagi bicara ya. Cuman untuk awal memang menekankan bahwa paham dulu jenis tesnya seperti apa. Habis itu paham bagaimana cara strateginya supaya bisa membuat strategi menulis dalam tempo cepat dengan kualitas. Karena IELTS itu band-nya itu dari band 0 sampai band 9 ya. Kayak di sini nih gitu. Am I presenting my slide? The color is yellow now in the screen.
Yes, Miss. Writing
Ya.
fast too.
Oke, ya. So, IELTS itu for all ya, kan ada overall ya. Dia nanti mau nanti writing-nya band 8, terus speaking-nya band 7, terus readingnya band berapa, listening band berapa, nanti dia totalnya itu dibagi 4 gitu. Jadi nanti akhirnya jadi overall score. Jadi nilai keluarnya itu yang bisa dijadikan standar untuk beasiswa atau untuk masuk ke perguruan tinggi sekarang yang kelas internasional ya, itu harus pakai IELTS sekarang, gitu. Dan itu, melihatnya overall score, jadi bukan yang persatuan, speaking berapa, reading berapa, ini berapa, bukan, tapi overall score. Cuma kalau untuk yang beasiswa, setelah overall score sesuai sama standar minimum mereka, nanti baru tuh, dia lihat writing-nya berapa? Karena minimumnya harus 6, biasanya oke. Any other than that, itu bagaimana kalian nanti bisa providing yourself with the English tenses mastery, ya. When you already know, nanti juga terbiasa ya gitu. Apalah dengan istilah present, past tense, I believe that all over your life ya, you have been learning about tenses ya. Ini saatnya sekarang tensesnya digunakan untuk menulis, kayak gitu. Untuk menulis dan berbicara ya. Because when you do the speaking test, itu yang dinilai itu grammatical feature-nya, tentang grammarnya, which mean itu terkait dengan tenses ya, dan kemudian kosakatanya bagus apa enggak gitu. Terus habis itu sesuai apa enggak sama yang ditanyakan. Itu yang di speaking ya, gitu. Nah, untuk as you can see in here tadi kan udah dibilang ya menjelaskan tentang data ya gitu. Jadi di GPD IELTS ini, jadi GPD ini adalah enhancing your ability in vocabulary. Jadi menguatkan kemampuan kosakata kalian. Walaupun dari nol nggak bisa sama sekali ya gitu. Tapi nanti secara bertahap gitu, kalian akan bisa menggunakan kata-kata ini gitu ke dalam tulisan kalian. Kenapa gitu? Karena nanti kayak gini nih, udah ada artinya yang dikasih untuk kalian di situ ya. Dan kemudian juga ada contoh-contoh bagaimana tulisannya kayak tadi kan ya. How to write 150 words tuh pakai kayak gini nih, nanti udah ada contohnya. Terus ada juga kosakata yang bisa dipergunakan. Ada juga what's supposed to be in first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, and fourth paragraph ya. Untuk yang sudah dapat bukunya ya, itu yang seperti ini sudah ada di situ ya sebagian gitu. Jadi bisa direview sendiri gitu. Nanti ketika kelas ditanyakan gitu. Intinya ya GPD kurikulum yang khusus IELTS ini memang sudah mempermudah untuk yang sama sekali nggak bisa juga nggak harus setahun mungkin ya, setengah tahun juga udah bisa gitu. Oke. I think that will be it ya for today session ya. Nggak ngasih kalian dulu job atau apapun ya. Kalau yang Miss Velia yang untuk eh siapa namanya Miss Ana yang untuk Miss Ais udah dikirim ya? Apa sedang proses dikirim ya? Intinya Ais mungkin you will get yours in the next 3 or 4 days ya Ais ya. The institution already
Ya,
sent.
masih dikirim sepertinya.
Iya, oke. Haya, did you get it already?
Done, Miss.
Done.
Get it.
You got it already. Okay. Yeah. So any other if you haven't got it, yeah. Miss Velia, you have it ya already ya. If you haven't got it, if you want to order and then you just call the admin ya. Adminnya ada namanya Miss Fanya di grup ya. Jadi silakan kontak untuk mendapatkan bukunya. Nah, so buku ini benar-benar mempermudah kalian gitu karena semua contohnya ada, kosakatanya dikasih tahu, nanti kita tinggal latihan praktis how we are going to use the proper tenses for certain case like this ya, bar line chart like this ya. Karena semuanya itu about timing ya. About the timing 20 minutes harus menciptakan suatu kualitas dengan jumlah kata tertentu, tidak boleh ada kosakata yang sama gitu ya. tapi menyenangkan kalau udah bisa itu kayak oh ya udah tinggal diulang-ulang, tinggal diganti-ganti kayak gitu ya. Nah, jadi saya rasa nggak ada hal apapun ya yang akan ngehalangin kalau memang terkadang tidak bisa datang ke kelas, cannot enter the class. Minimum that you are going to submit your writing to me personally ya in your own time ya. Oke. Sekarang udah pukul 9 lewat. About writing task 1 and writing task 2 it's gonna be like that ya gitu. Jadi semua ini full dengan kata-kata yang di drilling ya, yang diarahkan, yang sudah pasti bisa digunakan dalam certain question that you get in writing task 1, either in writing task 1 ya, or in writing task 2. Ini yang dari tadi kelihatan nih writing task 1 semua nih ya. Tuh ada, nah ini ada diagram, jelasin proses ya. Ini other than diagram, we are going to enter the writing task 2 ya. Nah, writing task 2 itu tadi explanation-nya ada 4 types. Nah, ini masih map. But ya, that I have how many slide this one? 444 slide. Okay, so I believe that if I would like to show you the writing task 2. Writing task 2 itu the one that consider that you have to do it in 40 minutes ya, to produce certain text like this ya. So this is around 250 words. Ini pertanyaannya tentang discussion and opinion. Jadi ada 2 point of view. Dijelaskan point of view-nya like what, and then you give your opinion terkait point of view gitu. Point of view 1, point of view 2 ya. Nah, ini juga selalu ada penjelasan what's supposed to be put in your first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, and fourth paragraph. Yeah. So, are you quite familiar with that ya? Miss Haya and Miss Ais and Miss Amanda, can you get the point? Bisa dapat gambaran tentang kira-kiranya nanti selama 7 jam tes itu ngelakuin apa aja? Udah dapat gambarannya?
Yeah, I get the point, Miss.
Ya, lumayan ya. Jadi, tapi kan itu nanti gitu ya. Intinya selama pembelajaran nanti ya, starting. Jadi kita mulai nulis lagi, we are going to start in writing on Monday ya, gitu. Any other than that, if you have any question or you would like me to send you specific slide, ya, you just ask, okay? My message only, the book that are given to you, buku yang dikasih itu jangan diperlihatkan pada siapapun ya gitu. Digunakan untuk personal use aja gitu. Karena sebetulnya buku ini masih dipatenkan gitu. Karena ini merupakan penelitian sekitar 20 tahun lebih ya untuk membuat certain book yang bisa langsung goal dengan IELTS tinggi ya. Diharapkan gunakan untuk kepentingan pribadi aja. Oke? Oke, I think for our first session ya, I would like to ask if you have any question ya. Kalau nggak ada, kita bisa close the sessionnya aja gitu. Atau misalnya sudah yes, Mr. Iwan, what would you like to ask, sir?
Okay, in writing test, if the examinee make a scratch when the answer is not appropriate, can make a scratch or not in the paper.
Oh, there are 2 options ya. You are going to do the PBT test ya, paper-based test, which mean you are going to do it with your handwriting ya. That mean you are going to get the paper ya. But the second test is the other options is that you are going to do CBT test ya. Kalau di CBT itu nanti typing layaknya you are doing with me right now ya. Jadi nanti ada specific place dan you are going to write in that place ya. Itu it can be connected via Zoom atau via Gmeet ya. It depend on the provider. British Council atau IDP ya, itu beda-beda ya. Jadi it's your choice. Mau takingnya PBT atau CBT, sir. Ya, kalau PBT tentu saja bisa dihapus. Tapi gini, jadi nanti sebetulnya setiap you are doing the speaking session atau writing session itu ada dua yang punya responsibility. Ada machine, ada your evaluator or examiner yang ngecek ya gitu. Dan mereka itu juga ada diskusinya untuk mendapatkan certain score ya gitu. Cuma topik aja apa nggak pernah ketahuan. Tapi gitu. Kalau misalnya memilih yang PBT itu weakness-nya itu jadi can we get the question like this one ya in front of you ya. The question is, it is commonly believed that nowadays many factors that affect a child's development blah 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 ya. And then we are given 40 minutes, right? Gitu. Terkadang karena kita ingin express our own vocabularies ya, mau banyak taruh kata-kata yang indah, yang high quality gitu, sampai terjadi bahwa sebetulnya yang ditanyakan bukan itu gitu. Tapi karena itu tendensi yang I've been teaching quite long time ya IELTS ya. So the situation like that itu benar-benar terjadi gitu sampai pada akhirnya menyadari bahwa ternyata answer-nya itu nggak coherence dengan pertanyaannya. Nah, ketika itu terjadi di PBT test yang menulis, kan udah nulis banyak ya, terus mau dihapus, itu kan taking time, tempatnya hanya segitu, gitu. Nah, itu akan menyebabkan kerugian sendiri, gitu. So, my suggestion itu takingnya CBT test aja. Gitu. Ketika CBT test itu kita punya kesempatan untuk nyelip-nyelipin, ya, di mana misalnya kita bikin kalimat karena cepet-cepet gitu ya, terus ada yang kurang S, oh ini harusnya using verb has atau oh linking words-nya kurang bagus ya gitu. Kata sandangnya kok kurang bagus ya. Itu kita bisa nyelip-nyelipin sama ketika kita writing WhatsApp text gitu ya. Tapi kalau kita doing PBT test tadi ya secara otomatis privilege yang ada di CBT nggak bisa kita lakukan dan tidak ada additional time. Gitu, kan. Is that quite answering your question, Mr. Iwan?
Yeah, I get the point.
Yeah, okay. But it's a choice, yeah. I have many students that, Miss, I think I cannot if it is typing. Ya nggak apa-apa, kan konsekuensinya udah ada gitu. Satu lagi, kualitas handwriting juga itu bisa menyebabkan kesalahan, ya. Kesalahan evaluator dalam membaca, ya, dalam membaca jawaban kita, gitu. Nah, nanti apalagi nanti ada we are going to learn also idioms, collocation, terus some English expression. Itu biasanya pada waktu editing ya. Jadi kalau kita ngelakuin writing task tuh ya, kan kita we are given 40 minutes ya. Tapi kita ngerjainnya jangan 40 minutes. Kita ngerjainnya 30 menit aja. Only 30 minutes. Yang 10 minutes itu editing. Kenapa? Editing itu menambahkan kayak ini nih, ada yang dihitam-hitamkan ya, the one that I put in bold, itu sebetulnya certain apa ya, IELTS itu kan menguji kita untuk bisa memasuki dunia internasional ya. Jadi ada English expression yang nggak bisa diterjemahkan dari Indonesia ke English atau dari English langsung ke Indonesianya, tapi kita harus apa ya tahu ya beberapa atau ratusan English expression yang menjadi tipikal ketika orang Inggris berbicara atau orang Barat berbicara. Nah, itu kita gunakan di sini. Nah, ini biasanya bisa kita lakukan ketika kita pokok idenya udah selesai. Nah, pada menit ke-31 ya, baru kita edit-edit. edit itu nambah grammatical feature-nya, grammarnya diperbaikin, nambah English expression-nya ya, atau nambah kayak linking words-nya. Habis itu kita lihat spelling kita kayak gimana. Terus kosakata kita terlalu gampang apa enggak, gitu-gitu. Kalau terlalu gampang itu kita ganti. Itu fungsinya 10 minutes editing. Kayak gitu. Ya Haya ya. Kalau Haya biasanya edit gambar ya. Kalau ini nanti editnya edit tulisannya Haya sendiri. Kayak gitu. Iya. Oke. Ada lagi yang mau ditanyakan? Enggak ya. IELTS itu nggak susah ya. Apalagi dengan cara GPD method ini ya. Segala sesuatunya tuh ya udah ada gitu. Ya udah tinggal ngikut, tinggal terbiasa. Habis itu bermain kata. Terus karena nanti kan ada juga bacaan di reading, secara otomatis kemampuan kosakata kalian akan appear lagi. Like what Respati said that I have not many vocabularies ya. Itu nanti akan terasa. Tapi caranya ya memang harus menulis ya. Harus menulis, harus mencoba gitu. Kalau enggak itu namanya cuma knowledge aja yang ya untuk apa belajar gitu. Tapi kalau kita mempraktekannya dan it doesn't matter berapa skornya gitu ya. And then it's gonna be something that valuable to your life ya. Kalau fungsinya IELTS sendiri itu banyak sekali ya. Ya membantu kalian yang masih sekolah, kemudian menyiapkan yang mau masuk universitas, yang mau ngelanjutin studi gitu. Semuanya itu memang sekarang standarnya menggunakan IELTS atau TOEFL. TOEFL udah mulai jarang ya. Ya, TOEFL itu banyak digunakan di Amerika, daerah-daerah Amerika. Nah, ini ada nih nanti list-list apa yang idioms yang bisa ditaruh, ada artinya juga, udah ada exercise-nya. Ini nanti kalau sudah terbiasa bisa masuk ke dalam writing-nya kalian. Pokoknya intinya menciptakan qualified writing in certain amount of time. Like that. Yes, thank you everyone. Yeah, I think I would like to stop our session. Yeah, if there is no further question. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Enggak ya? Quite clear ya. Miss Anna, you can get the point, Miss Anna?
Yes, Miss, I got it. Thank you.
Welcome. Jadi awal-awal I intentionally use English 100% ya untuk bahwa sebetulnya when each one of us try to speak English, each one of us try to listen to the English sentences or English story or English drama ya, itu sebetulnya akan membuat kita nggak harus menghafal kata-kata ya, secara otomatis apapun yang kita dengar itu akan menjadi suatu recall. Ketika kita menulis itu akan ingat. Ketika kita mengucapkannya, kita juga akan ingat seperti itu ya. So it's a very simple and modest proverb saying that makin banyak kita belajar ya, akan makin banyak yang bisa kita sadarin bahwa kita harus terus belajar ya. Jadi bukan makin tinggi ya, tapi makin humble ya untuk tahu, oh oke, nanti oh ini udah ada kata ini, udah ada certain English expression seperti ini, tapi ternyata ada lagi nih gitu-gitu. Nah, nanti itu semua pokoknya kalau kalau Wisina ya so far ya menyadari ini sebetulnya kayak games aja gitu, games yang naik level, dikit-dikit naik level gitu ya. Jadi nggak menganggapnya dengan murid-murid tuh, pokoknya jangan dianggap ini tes untuk dapetin apa gitu. Ini untuk kita ningkatin terus kemampuan, toh caranya gampang. Dan besok-besok itu kita cuma belajar selama 1 jam ya. Nah, 1 jam gitu. Nanti yang terakhirnya ada sedikit kalau mau Misina edit ya. Misina kasih feedback. Jadi biasanya nanti kalian nulis, nanti kita ulas itu bersama ya. Gitu, selama kurang lebih 10 menit ya. Okay, guys, I think that I would like to stop my share, yeah, my share screen, yeah. I have explained all each one of it, yeah. I think quite detail, ya, gitu, quite detail, and hopefully Next session on Monday, you are ready to be hands-on. Yeah. No more questions? Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone. It's already late at night. Yeah, you can rest and then enjoying your weekend ya, because now is Friday ya. So, mohon maaf kalau ada kesalahan ya. Nanti kalau misalnya ada ini kita akan lebih banyak ngobrol ya. Apalagi ada speaking session ya. Okay, thank you everyone. Ya, permission to close the session and hopefully that we are stay in Allah bless ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Thank you,
wabarakatuh.
Miss.
You're welcome.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you,
wabarakatuh.
Miss.
You're welcome. Permission to end the session, everyone.